Hey y'all, welcome back to Reclaiming the Nest with Ty. If you're new here, I'm Ty, 37-year-old mom of two and a wife to one fine husband. Yes, that man is fine still after all these years. But anyway, today we are about to get real about something that doesn't get talked about enough. What really happens when your kids leave or is about to leave the nest. Like, no one really talks about that. They don't really give the real in, like what's going on, how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, nothing. But let me tell y'all, it's a trip. It is a trip. It is not easy. I mean, your girl has been over here going through it. I'm talking about a 19-year-old and an 18-year-old that's about to graduate in 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks from today, she's about to graduate and head on to ECU. And we just don't hear enough about what it looks like when both of your children decide to leave the nest. And today, that is what we are going to talk about. I mean, let's jump right in. The first thing I've noticed is that you're grieving your kids and you're celebrating them at the same exact time. I mean, how does that even work, right? You're happy that they are graduating and they're getting ready to take the next step, but it's also like you are grieving them as well. That relationship, that mother and daughter, or, father and son, whatever that looks like, you are literally going through all the motions that you could possibly be going through, because it's a different time, right? You're proud of your babies. They're getting ready to step out, but low key, it kind of feel like a bad breakup. I mean, I feel like they literally are telling me, it's not you, it's me. But it's like no one really tells you how weird it is to not hear the front door open and close. Not you having to tell them, be quiet, turn the game down. Why are you blasting the music? Go do your chores. Did you sweep the floor? I mean, literally, I'm not going to hear that anymore. Yes. Did I pray for moments like this? Yes. Was I excited? Like, dang, my kids are finally at the point where I don't have to worry about being a family of four. It's just me and my husband. But come on, let's face it. I'm legit sad. I am going through all the emotions you could possibly think of. And I'm trying to cram everything in between now and August, when we drop this one off at college, when the last one decided to leave. And it's to the point where it's like, I'm not ready. I really am not ready. I feel like I'm going to cry. I know I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry at graduation. I'm going to cry and I'm going to be the loudest one there. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But in the same token, I have to say that I am proud, and I literally need to give myself a pat on the back, give my husband a pat on the back, because listen, we did that. We did that. We are what you call, no one ever thought that our children would be where they are, because we didn't think that. Let's face it. I was 16 years old with the first kid and 17 years old with the eighth kid. With 8. Let's strike that from the record. Was 17 years old with the second kid. And here I am at 37 with an 18 and 19-year-old. And I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say that I am truly 100% proud. If you know anything about me, I grew up with both of my parents being gone by the time I was 25. I was in the foster care system. Come on. I didn't think that I would be where I am today. And the fact that both of my children graduated high school, both of them, let me get a round of applause. I'll wait. Thank you. Because I did that. Me and my husband did that. And shout out to the village, the ones that have been there since day one. Y'all know who y'all are. The ones that tried but couldn't. Y'all know who y'all are. The support has been there at times, and the support has not been there at times. But what I can say from my point of view as their mom, from my husband's point of view as their dad, we've done everything we were supposed to do and then some. So I say all that to say that although I am grieving this next chapter, I'm also here to celebrate the wins. Next, let's talk about what it means to rediscover yourself. I mean, rediscovering yourself feels awkward, but it's also necessary. Let's face it, I've spent 18 plus years raising these two amazing children, and I had to put myself to the side. Oftentimes I had to put my husband and his needs and things like that to the side because they required so much from me, which meant that I had to do what I needed to do for them in their time of need. But there have been many a times here lately over the past 2-3 years where I had to kind of like ask myself, like, who are you? Like, who is Ty? I mean, what is life going to look like once they are fully gone? What are my likes? What are my dislikes? What are my hobbies? What are things that make me happy? I'm literally trying to figure out who am I as an individual and not just Ty the mom, Ty the wife. Oh, that's Ty the one with the golden doodle Monty. I'm literally figuring that out. And I have not 100% figured out, like, what's life after kids? Like, what's next? You know that show Life After Lockup? It's like people trying to figure out, like, dang, what am I about to do? But in my instance, I'm trying to figure out life without kids. Like, how much in the streets do I really want to be? But not only that, I'm just trying to find like a safe balance where it does not mean that I'll never have to do for them again. I'll never see them again. I'll never have to make certain that they aren't taken care of. What it means is that it's not 24/7. It's not every day of getting up, having to take them to school or having to take this or be at a game or show up for this and show up for that. I'm trying to figure out like what that rediscovery looks like for not only just myself, but for myself and my husband. Like, there are no more 4 of us, it's 2 of us. And we have poured so much over the past 18 plus years that it's going to be weird not being mom 24/7 or someone not needing you. I don't know what that feels like to not be needed. And I'm trying to figure that out. Like, the silence that's going to be the house. It's going to be extremely quiet. What about the space? Now, like, that's even different, right? I've had all this space in this house. We moved here to provide extra space for everybody. And now I'm like, do I change that room into like a gym or a closet, or do I change it into like a library or a reading nook? Does it turn into like space for our nieces and nephews? Does it turn into space for like, guests? What does that look like? So rediscovering myself has definitely been a journey in itself, but it's also for me to figure out what the next chapter is for me. Also while navigating what's next for them in their life. So I have taken up working out. Working out has become like one of those things where it's just like, it gives me peace. I feel better. I look better. I know that without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to be around long enough for them so that they don't have to worry about my mom not being here because she's not taking care of herself. Maybe I would like to go to festivals. I know I want to travel. I want to see the world because let's face it, for the past 18 plus years, there have been points in our life where we just have not been able to afford to be able to do those things. And now that has changed, I want to see what the world has to offer. And I also want to figure out what that looks like for me, but also understand that yes, my children are outside the home, but I am still very much their mom. But I'm also very much that girl. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm scared, but we gonna do this together. We gonna do this together. Next, let's talk about what that looks like for your marriage. Like, when you think about it, your marriage becomes under like a new light. People start looking at you, I don't want to say differently, but people tend to feel like you either become more available because, oh, you don't have any children, so let's call on the Miltons so that they can help us out. No. This time is either for me and my husband to rediscover us together, or it's going to tell us things about ourselves that we didn't think that we knew, right? So it's either going to be refreshing for us to be like, oh man, like this is the first time in 18 plus years that we do not have to worry about two other people 24/7, or else it's going to reveal a lot of things that we didn't know about ourselves, not only individually, but just within our marriage, within our unit, right? You find out if you've been just nurturing your relationship or just co-parenting. Like, people don't understand that. Like, are we here because we genuinely love one another, or are we here because we got to take care of these kids, right? People don't prepare you for that. Like, for so long, you are just team kids. I got kids. The kids require us. So he does his part. I do my part. But now that there is no part for you to do, what does that mean? What does that look like? But the beauty is you get to choose how you want to reconnect, or how you want to, evolve with one another. Does that mean doing more things together? If you didn't figure out what your love language is, figuring out what your love language is, figuring out how that works for you, and not only figuring that out, but also, maybe y'all take up a new hobby together. Maybe y'all go out and meet new friends and figure out different things of that. It's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be a hard adjustment, but it's definitely going to be an adjustment that we get to finally realize we get time uninterrupted, and what will we do with that time? So I've said all that to say that it's really going to be an adjustment around here. I am so excited about, everything that's to come. I'm excited about all the new things that we will all get to experience as a whole, but also the new and exciting pieces of their life that they'll begin to share with us, or call and ask us for advice, or just call and want to know what we're doing or where we at, or things like that. That's going to be an interesting piece. But truly and honestly, people do not really prepare you for this. And the ones that I have asked about what it feels like to be an empty nester, they're older. And I don't mean no shade, but they are like 50s and 60s. I am half that age. So when it comes down to it, it's kind of like, yes, I get your point of view, but your point of view is a lot different than what my point of view looks like, because I am a little bit closer in age to my children than they are to their children. And then you have the other side of that, where there are people around my age that have like a 2 and 3 year old, and they're hollering, I cannot wait to become an empty nester. Let me tell you, got a long way to go. By the time your kid graduate, my kids will be having kids. So that's the crazy part about it, right? Like, when you think about that, it's crazy. That is literally crazy. But things are moving full steam ahead. And I'm just excited to not only figure out what that looks like for me, but also bring a community or reach out to those that are in similar situations, similar to my age, that are having the same exact feelings and emotions. Like, I want to know what y'all feel about it. What do y'all think? Like, if you are new to empty nesting, if you're about to become an empty nester in the next year or so, what exactly does that look like? I mean, are you prepared? Are you kind of like, I'm ready, like it is what it is? Or are you more along the lines of like me? I'm kind of like indifferent about it. Like, I'm kind of just like, I just don't know. So if you are an empty nester or about to be an empty nester, drop it in the comments and let me know how you feel about this. Like, what's going on? Like, just, let me know what are your plans? What do you have coming up? What's on the agenda? Are there certain things that you're getting ready to finish? Are you going back to school? Are you traveling? What does that look like to you and your spouse, or just you in general? If you're a single parent, what exactly does that look like for you? Like, I want to hear it. I want to know whatever pointers you have, and we could talk about this together, because no matter what, it should be a community that we can look to for us to figure it out, or for us to at least get some advice or provide some advice, because what may work for me and my husband and my family may not necessarily work for you and your family, and vice versa. But it's always nice to hear others' opinions about what that looks like. So drop it in the comments below. I want to hear what you got to say. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. It is Mother's Day weekend, so I hope you all are going out to spend some time with your moms. Not only that, but take some time for you. Take some time for yourself. Like, you are a mom too. So make sure that just as much as you go and love on your mom, allow your kids to love on you, and allow you to love on you. So, as always, thank you for joining me here at Reclaiming the Nest with Ty. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.